A discourse from Llanello and Claire de Lys. The mind of God is a magnificent and beautiful manifestation of the holy wisdom and eternal truth of reality. This mind conceived everything, and it is still conceiving of beauty and harmony, of peace, of grace, of love, of compassion, through all created beings, that it still energizes through its mindfulness, through its supernal light. The energy of the mind of God is expansive and allows for cognition and divine thought to manifest through the sons and daughters of God, through logoic reason. This holy theosophia that activates within the minds, the higher minds of all beings, what is of divine intent. The Mercurian masters are adept at allowing the mind of God to manifest through their awareness. And they attend to that mind through an accelerated activity where thought is raised to this high frequency that instills within their beings and within all beings that they impact and affect through their consciousness the most magnificent thought forms, ideations, godly concepts, and creative visualizations that can be conceived of. The masters, as we know, communicate telepathically because thought is faster than speech. Thought is actually faster than light. And you can conceive and create immediately faster than how light is transmitted across the galaxies and the cosmos. So attending to the Mercurians and learning from them through a powerful symbiotic relationship where we, in effect, engage in what has been called the Vulcan mind meld, where we actually merge our mindfulness with those who can think more clearly, more beautifully, more reverently, and much more quickly than us on Earth, allows us to also accelerate our consciousness, our vibration, our frequency. So when we accelerate consciousness and we enter the universal state of awareness through the omnipresence of God and the omniscience of God and the omnipotence, the all-power of God, we have access to all truth. Any question that we ever have can be answered through this omniscient state of the all-awareness of the Buddhas. We each have our Buddha nature. We each have a mind. And when we attend to the Buddhic mindfulness through deep meditation, reflection, an inner resolve to go to the core of truth and ascertain what is real, what is viable, what is important, what is dynamic, what is worthy of being focused upon and actually understood by our higher minds, then we do enter this very, very powerful co-creative state where what we conceive of manifests. And we have to be careful that we conceive only of beauty and harmony and peace. Because if we think of or focus upon anything less than perfection, we bring it into manifestation by that high vibration and frequency. So there's a lot of training on Mercury to purify our thoughts, commingled with the feelings, to ensure that what we then bring into manifestation through the creativity God endowed us with is sublime and worthy of being imprinted upon Akasha and etched upon the ethers. This very important subject of mindfulness through divine thought is taught on Mercury by those whose minds move far beyond even our solar system and even our galaxy, because they encompass the mindfulness of God that is transmissive of these high ideals and thoughts throughout the universe. Because God conceived of everything within that Big Bang beyond human thought, it is perfect. It is absolutely ideal, infinite, supernal. The original creation through light was perfect. We were created perfect. Why are we not perfected in our human state any longer? Because we have entered the domain of duality and imperfection by lowering our vibration and our focus upon this plane rather than the ideal of infinite light, infinite resonance, harmony, unity. So, to accelerate consciousness, we must enter the unity field of beingness, where there is only one manifestation of being as God. And when we enter the oneness state of perfection in the I am that I am awareness, then our thoughts do become sublime. They become invigorated by, enriched by, spirited by that high ideal, infinite light, infinite consciousness, infinite grace. The Mercurians, as adepts of this high frequency of divine mindfulness, can teach us upon earth how to focus, to accelerate, to ascend, and to maintain the balance and the equilibrium of the mind of God within our minds. The equilibrium of mindfulness is like having that perfect gyroscope where there's always the correction of any potential imbalance by an instantaneous power that comes through that mindfulness that is amazing. It's like when you travel on a jet plane and you're going to one point, but the winds are buffeting the jet and taking it a little bit off course, and yet because there is this amazing software that allows for the plane to correct its trajectory and go to the final destination, you're always realigning. You're always in that amazing state of self-correction. And this is a must for initiates. Anytime we feel that we are out of alignment or in any way not attentive to spirit and our God presence, We have to slow down the human mind, which then allows the divine mind to accelerate us. Isn't that interesting? We slow down the human mind. How? Through meditation and stillness. When you still the human monkey mind, it allows the higher frequency of the divine mind to supplant it, replace it, and renew it. Meditation and stillness and silence are so crucial to this dynamic of allowing the higher mind to displace the monkey mind, that it is a study and a science that we will be attentive to throughout our entire life, because the tendency is in the human state to allow thoughts to come in that are not perfect, that are not ideal, that are from other humans and other places and people and dark spirits that are attempting to impact us. And these thoughts, these vibrations are flying all around us in the atmosphere, radio waves, TV waves, microwaves, all these waves. We must co-create the higher wave patterns of God consciousness and solar awareness by powerful divine thought, divine reason, mindfulness that brings all of these under the control, the God control of the mind of God. In Aries, on the 3 o'clock line of the cosmic clock, we have God control. What is that? It's not human control. It's not perverted control or trying to manipulate others. It is the perfect harmonization of light energy by this mindfulness that is a very high frequency that the sun puts out. God control, the 3 o'clock line, Helios and Vesta. The sun has this power of infinite control of what it puts out as vibration, light, warmth, heat to the solar system. It creates life through that light. Just as God created all with light, so the sun is constantly co-creating again and again with the light that it emanates. So it is with our I Am presence. If you are virtuous, you are co-creating beautiful, mindful things. And as co-creators with God, sons and daughters of God, it is incumbent upon us to do this and to actually experiment and, by God's grace, to create beautifully and render perfectly. If we take our cue from the sun, we will create sublimely. We will not have dissonance in harmony, and the culpability of miscreating or perverting what we do with the human element that is less than what is true, what is real, what is pure. To only think good thoughts for one day and only feel good feelings and emotions for one solid day, think of what that will do for you. This was said the other day, remember? Have you self-assessed your own self-mastery and your ability to think and feel as God does about life, about yourself, about others, about the world, about politics and politicians? Are you sending out vibrations of immaculate perfection, or are you emanating and emitting anything that is jaded, dark, or not in alignment with holy truth? I think we can turn the fans on again now. So if you desire to be a co-creator with God par excellence, a true son or daughter of God, and be in the ascended master consciousness, you will watch your thoughts, you will observe your feelings, you will attend to what is moving through your consciousness day after day, moment after moment, with this higher Mercurian mindfulness. In order that you will be divinely proud of what you create. Not humanly proud or through pride, but you will be divinely understanding that what you are doing, what you are focusing upon and emitting is worthy of you being that son or daughter of God. And those who have complete mastery in this way are ascended masters, because they have self-assessed, corrected, and transmuted the cause, effect, record, and memory of anything less than the ideal, the I am presence, the I am awareness, so that they are attentive to God, responsive to the divine, and always in alignment with purity, love, joy, harmony, peace. This may seem like such a high ideal that it is almost humanly impossible to reach, right? Yet, as the Master Omram has said, we have to have that high ideal. If we don't hold that high ideal, then we will always accept something less. We will always compromise and allow ourselves to be used by forces that are not of the highest ilk, the highest vibration. So I choose, and I know you will choose, if you choose, to always be representative of your true self. So do you feel that you are a representative of your true self today? Yes. In the company of these saints sitting next to you and around you, and those on the broadcast, let us choose to be representative of our highest offering to the universe, our divine mindful state of being, a Buddha in embryo now being born into this earth, like at the end of the movie 2001, A Space Odyssey by Stanley Kubrick with Arthur C. Clarke, I think was inspirational in that. To see that star child being born, that is us. That star child. We're being reborn, and we are in that state of infinite light where what we do, what we conceive of is divine, perfect, just as God is still conceiving and creating perfectly. So yes, the creation was in 6 days, and the seventh day there was rest. Yet it didn't stop at the rest, because otherwise there would be no life after the creation. The creation still has to be infused with energy, sustained by light, right? We are sustained by light. That's what sustains us. That's what vibrates our heart chakra and the threefold flame within our heart and the crystal chamber thereof that sustains our grace and our light and the breath of God in us. Light and the breath.